I'm Jacob, and I'm gonna try to teach you how to do a double peg stall on a quarter pipe today. I chose a 5 foot just because it's a little bit more, what's the word? It's a little bit more exaggerated. So like on a taller ramp, you're pretty straight. On these ramps, you have to be kind of leaned in because if you're straight up, the pegs won't. I'll show you. If you're too straight up, you see like if the bike is straight up, there's barely any peg on, and it's harder to stay on. The pegs won't catch the coping, so you have to like be leaned over. So this is like more exaggerated than on like a 6 foot or an 8 foot, but I think most people are gonna learn on these smaller ones anyways. I would not do it on a 4. 4 sucks to do double pegs on. Find a park that has a 5 foot because it's gonna be so much easier. I wouldn't do a 6 foot because that's a little scarier, but the 5 foot's perfect. Anyway, so a couple tips that I have before I show you one. You don't want to come up and 180 to the double peg. It's gonna be so much harder. You're gonna be doing way too much work and chances are you're more likely to fall. So what you really wanna do is ride on an angle and then kind of just place your pegs. So you almost want to just like ride up as if you're getting onto the ramp, onto the deck, and like turn sideways and just kind of ride up. You can do that, you can do the double peg. But then come a little bit closer to the coping. So don't go as fast and don't push through as much and then just kind of fall onto it. And then, so say this line is the coping right here. So you can kind of see this line in front of me. So say this is the coping. So with a ramp like this, or any ramp really, you want your body weight to basically be centered over top of that. The problem is with these ramps, the bike sits better when it's like this. But if you're on the bike like this, chances are you're just gonna fall over and put your foot down and it's gonna be hard to pull yourself back in. So the biggest tip that I have for this is to fall with your weight over top of this center point, over top of the coping, and lean the bike in. So you'll be basically pushing the bike out towards the ramp and it'll sit a little bit easier in there. Once your wheels kind of lock up against the ramp, you're gonna be a lot more stable. So you just wanna lean the bike in. You can kind of keep your weight over top of the quarter too, so it's easier to get back into the quarter. But you'll ride up and then lean your whole bike in. Make sure that you kick your back peg up. The biggest issue I see some people do is they don't bring their back wheel up high enough. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to where your back wheel is in your back peg. That way you get it on top of the coping and not slamming it into the ramp. But you'll come up, push your bike in like this, and then to go back into the ramp is super easy. You just kind of pull and then aim your front wheel. So you take your weight, pull your shoulders over, and then aim your front wheel down. You don't have to hop in. You can. If you hop in, you just kind of dip the front end and tuck the back end up. If we're rolling, you just turn and roll. And even on these metal ramps, you'll be fine. As long as you pull and aim your front wheel just like you're doing a roll in. But if you tilt your bike this way and keep your weight over top of the coping here, and I just do it with my shoulders. I just keep my upper body weight over and then just kind of throw yourself back into it. As you can see, I'm putting my pedal down, which is the easiest way to learn because then you have another spot that's like holding you stable. In the future, you might want to just keep your feet level and then your front foot will be hovering over the coping. But to learn, just put your foot down, put your pedal down. This habit is super easy to break in the future, so it's not a big deal to pick it up now.